Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News. Last night, the House passed the bill to repeal a lawsuit provision allowing senators to sue the government if their electronic data and phone records are obtained without notice. Plus, we have more details as Marquette Algerisa details the resources they have available for families in need this holiday season. And the Shiras Planetarium is completing major renovations to the facility. We'll give you an inside look. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Lows tonight into the lower 30s across much of the Upper Peninsula here, maybe some upper 30s once you work up to the north here, closer to Lake Superior here. But temperatures tomorrow, not a lot of temp movement. A northerly wind's going to keep us on the chilly side of things, but at least we'll see a little bit of sunshine sneaking out. But there are some big changes ahead as we head into next weekend, and it really starts as we head into Thanksgiving. We'll talk about it coming up in just a few minutes.
Sounds good, Dakota. Thank you. Late last night, the U.S. House voted to repeal a last-minute provision buried deep inside the bill that reopened the government. In recent days, the controversial provision, which allows senators to sue the government, sparked a major clash among Republicans who control both chambers of Congress. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon reports on the latest tonight from Capitol Hill.
Wednesday night, the House moved quickly and unanimously to erase a provision that many House lawmakers say they didn't even know was in the bill that reopened the government.
Honestly, I think it was ridiculous to put that in there. You know, the policy itself was sketchy.
It's not the right thing to do. So those senators put forward bills that would perhaps put $1 million in their pocket, and I think that's very distasteful.
Do you think it should be stripped?
I will vote to strip it.
Congressman Nick Langworthy believes lawmakers are entitled to due process.
What happened to those senators is wrong, and it's a direct violation of our separation of powers.
But disagrees with the process that was used to add the provision.
What you should not be doing is jamming this into the bill to reopen the government.
The bill passed by the House Wednesday would strip the provision allowing only senators the right to sue the federal government for up to $1 million if the Justice Department seizes their phone records without warning. It comes after 8 Republican senators and House Republican Mike Kelly discovered their phone data had been secretly subpoenaed as part of Special Counsel Jack Smith's January 6th investigation, tied to the fake elector effort in 2020. Some of the senators whose records were subpoenaed say they won't pursue a payout. At least one Senator Lindsey Graham says he fully intends to. The provision has caused a rare rift between Republican leaders after Speaker Mike Johnson claimed he and House lawmakers were blindsided by the Senate. When asked Wednesday, Senate Majority Leader John Thune did not mention any plans to consider the House's bill and said the issue was something that needed to be addressed.
Allowing a federal government agency, the Justice Department in this case, to collect information, private information on individual senators, we think that's a violation of separation of powers under the Constitution.
Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, WZMQ 19 News.
The U.S. Supreme Court is set to hear a series of cases that could reshape LGBTQ rights and how states regulate sports and health care. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy breaks down what's at stake.
The nation's highest court has heard arguments in Charles v. Salazar, a challenge to Colorado's ban on conversion therapy. Legal scholars say the case questions whether therapy is conduct the state can regulate or speech protected by the First Amendment.
This is a thoroughly litigated issue. A bunch of circuits have already weighed in on this case.
Heather Johnson, adjunct law professor at Michigan State University, says conservative justices appeared receptive to arguments framing conversion therapy as a religious or free speech issue. A ruling striking down Colorado's law could ripple through the 26 states with similar bans.
Michigan's ban is similar, and since there's a case currently pending in the Sixth Circuit, that case would then probably be decided in line with the Supreme Court opinion, and it would ban those types of laws in the entirety of the Sixth Circuit. So that will have almost instant effects.
Also on the court's docket, 2 transgender athlete cases, Hecox v. Little from Idaho and West Virginia v. BPJ, both asking whether Title IX allows schools to bar trans students from sports.
They're calling questions of Title IX, of inclusion, of whether sex determination, single sex determination is constitutional and can be used to determine participation in sports.
Advocates warn the combined effect of these cases could reshape LGBTQ plus rights for a generation. The Supreme Court is expected to issue rulings on the conversion therapy and athlete bans by the end of this term in summer 2026. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Into the holiday season, Marquette Algerisa is helping in the search for any means of support among local families in need. Our own reporter Andrew Hands has the details.
As the government shutdown brought a pause in SNAP benefits that has since resumed, holiday expenses, including gifts, food, and utilities, are still a struggle for many. The UP Wellness Task Force, organized by Marquette Algerisa, made it a priority this quarter to highlight local support options for these families during this time. Their resource hub offers links to apply for benefits, find dates and times for food distributions and toy drives, and more. Kelly Sager is a student wellness coordinator at Marquette Algerisa.
With the concerns around SNAP benefits being cut, this was brought to the forefront as something that needed to be addressed immediately. And kind of an action plan came out of that, and part of that action plan was creating the resource hub. That includes pretty much everything a family could possibly want to know about receiving assistance in the area.
This also includes weekend school meal programs like JJ Packs in Marquette and M Packs in Munising, who are making room for more opportunities for students and their families.
Our weekend backpack food programs have stepped up. I know some of them have reopened their forms so people can sign up if they're having concerns around food security, and they're also doing collections themselves to support those programs.
These pantry collections and other local can drives are always a major support this time of year.
SNAP benefits serve many of our families, and they have kids in our local school districts. Everyone's stepping up, donating in whatever way they can. Some are holding competitions to get people to bring in food and donate.
We'll have a link to the resource hub on WZMQ19.com. In Marquette, Andrew Hands, WZMQ 19 News.
After years of planning and months of construction, the Shires Planetarium inside Marquette Senior High School has officially completed its major renovation. And now the community is being invited to help shape its future. Our own John Truitt has more.
The stars are shining bright at the Shires Planetarium, this time with brand new world-renowned Zeiss projection technology, upgraded seating, lighting, and a new sound system. It's the facility's most significant transformation in its 60-year history.
This is a unique system that has full dome projection, and what makes this planetarium unique is the true black that we can achieve with these new projectors. It just creates a viewing experience like none other.
Now that construction is complete, the team is shifting to the next phase: training, content creation, and planning new events. Their top priority remains serving students through daytime field trips and classroom visits, the core mission of the planetarium since it opened.
And when we talk about an educational experience, the students that are in the Upper Peninsula now have access to a learning tool that's like no other.
Over time, visitors can expect the return of live presentations, night sky tours, and interactive community programs.
There's not many of them out there of this particular system. I mean, I believe we're one of 3 in this country.
Alongside the relaunch, the Friends of Shires Planetarium is rolling out a brand new fundraising campaign, Adopt a Shires Star. The goal is to help close out the planetarium's $1 million renovation effort.
Then it registers it here at the Shires Planetarium, and no one else making a gift can have that particular constellation or star.
To learn more about the Adopt a Shires Star program and hours of operation, please visit our website, WZMQ19.com. In Marquette, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
Dakota Hunter has your first warning weather forecast when we come back. Plus, we see the holiday decorations lighting up the Sioux Line engine in Gladstone. And the Radio City Rockettes in New York are celebrating 100 years with their holiday performances. We'll tell you more about their history when we come back.
Now, from the 19 News Forecast Center, this is WZMQ 19 First Warning Weather.
Welcome back, everybody. Today's high 38 degrees, so that's a couple of degrees above average. So yeah, still a little chilly, but not too bad. Now, rain over the next 36 hours or so, going to be pretty limited here. Yeah, could see maybe an isolated rain shower or snow flurry as we head into the overnight hours tomorrow and into the wee morning hours of Saturday. But the chance of that's relatively small. And again, you see here by, I would say that's about noon to about 1 p.m. on Saturday. You see that little uptick in the rain chance there. But that's pretty much going to be it in terms of rain for this upcoming weekend. So, yeah, it's going to be what we're going to call the calm before the storm, because there is some changes coming as we head into next week. But before we get there, let's take you through this week and this weekend. So again, we're mainly dry through tomorrow with a northwest wind. Can't rule out some clouds forming off Lake Superior, but I don't think we're going to see a lot of moisture here. So the chance of a shower is small. A weak little weather system moving to our north could produce a stray rain shower overnight Friday and into the wee morning hours on Saturday, maybe even a wet snowflake, but I don't think we're going to see much out of that. So in terms of rain accumulation, look at the zeros, because that's what we're going to see really through the next really several days. I don't think we're going to see much rain to measure here. Yeah, maybe 1/10 of an inch in some spots, but I don't think this is going to be too much of a concern for us. Now, winds on the lighter side for the most part, but we still do have a small craft advisory that borders the Lake Superior and Lake Michigan shorelines. So, like I've been saying, probably not a lot of people out on the water this time of the year, but if you are going to venture out with the small crafts, probably not the best idea here, because the winds will be coming up, especially closer to the lakeshore areas. That's where we could see some of those stronger wind gusts of about maybe 20 to 25 miles per hour. So here's what is coming as we head into next week. This is just a piece of it. There is going to be a big change in the weather pattern, which means the jet stream is going to dig deep, which means colder air is going to be dragged in from the Arctic Circle. And the Climate Prediction Center believes we will be below average over the next 6 to 10 days. And that's really day 8, day 9, day 10, because that's when things really start to change around here. And you're going to see it on the 7-day. There's going to be some changes ahead. And we also are above average in terms of rain over the next 6 to 10 days. So yeah, it's getting close to winter. We know what is ahead. Temperatures tonight into the lower 30s across much of the UP as we take a look at tomorrow. Again, lower to mid 30s depending on your location. We'll put the high at about 40. But there you see the changes as we head towards Thanksgiving. Some snow showers, and that could even linger into next weekend as well.
Dakota, thank you again. A piece of Delta County history is officially ready for the holiday season. This evening, the Soo Line steam engine number 730 Authority turned on Christmas lights on the Gladstone landmark located along US 2. The steam engine Authority says the display is a gift to the community, and it was made possible thanks to the support of the Gladstone Lions Club.
It's so fun to see people come by here and look at this restored train. Especially kids are fascinated. And so when you're a part of a community and you can bring people together with a little piece of history, it just broadens the horizons for everyone.
The Authority is dedicated to maintaining and preserving the steam engine. Members hope to build a museum and welcome center detailing its history, and they are raising funds to do so through the Community Foundation for Delta County.
Railroads across the UP were really one of the foundational aspects that helped to develop the Upper Peninsula over the last several hundred years. It's pretty nostalgic to have an old engine that functioned in this area so many years ago still here for people to see and view, and at Christmas time to enjoy the lights on it.
For details on how to support the Gladstone Soo Line steam engine number 730 Authority, visit WZMQ19.com. The Radio City Rockettes kicked off another season with their Christmas Spectacular last night in New York City. But the performance marked a special milestone celebrating the group's 100th year. As Bradley Blackburn explains, the hall was filled with living history.
They are a high-kicking highlight of the holiday season. The Radio City Rockettes and their Christmas Spectacular have endured as a tradition for generations. The Precision Dance Troupe was founded in St. Louis in 1925 as the Missouri Rockets, but they made it in New York, where Radio City Music Hall has been their home since 1932. And Wednesday night, the hall glittered with faces who have been part of that history.
I'm pinching myself. We're just seeing old friends. We retired decades ago, and it's like no time has passed.
Susan Dustin, Kristen Altfather, and Lisa Lewis all danced together on the line and returned to celebrate 100 years of sisterhood.
There's nothing like it. There really isn't. I never knew I wanted to be a Rockette, and I can't imagine my life without it.
So I would like to ask all the Rockettes in the audience to please stand.
In the audience, some 500 former Rockettes were recognized. Back again, hearing the crowd roar by Radio City's famous stage.
It's surreal to stand on this stage.
Earlier this year, we went behind the scenes to see what it takes to keep this tradition going.
Every time I get on stage, honestly, I can't believe it.
Caitlin Gaffney is a 16-year veteran.
We have each other's backs literally on stage in the Soldier Fall, but figuratively as well.
Standing with each other and making it look easy.
Right, yeah.
Testing my balance here.
The Rockettes now kicking towards Christmas and into their next century.
More than 70 million people have attended the Christmas Spectacular over the years. Mike Ludlam has your sports highlights. When we come back, 15th ranked NMU women's basketball takes on St. Cloud State. We'll have that and more in just a couple minutes.
The Northern Michigan University women's basketball team is ranked 15th in the Division II poll. The Wildcats' undefeated record was put to the test in their home opener against Good evening, everyone. The Northern Michigan University women's basketball team is ranked 15th this week in the Division II poll. The Wildcats' undefeated record was put to the test in their home opener against St. Cloud State. Casey Thousand's team trailed by 15 points in the third quarter, but the fourth was much better. Berga's Reed Osterman gives the ball to Faith Walder. She will drive and hit the layup. Wildcats back in front 60-59 with 5.5 minutes left. St. Cloud's response was to get the ball to Alana Zarnecki off the window for 2. She led the Huskies with 22, SCSU up 61-60. Wildcats down 3 off the scramble. Jordan Schmidt-Deal to J.C. Weisbrod fakes the pass, knocks down the triple to knot the score at 63. Weisbrod had 22 points. 3.3 seconds left. Score still tied. Sarah Newcomer, CJ Romero, Alyssa Hill Newcomer for the win. The basket was good, but just after the buzzer. Great play, but Coach Casey Thousand knew it was after the buzzer. To the extra session, Jordan Schmidt-Deal with the rebound over the Weisbrod for another triple. NMU regains the advantage, 70-69. St. Cloud did not score in the final 2 minutes of OT. The Wildcats raised their record to 6-0 with a 77-69 victory over the Huskies from Minnesota.
I think it just took a little bit. We kind of got over the hump. Weren't really making shots, weren't really playing our basketball, and obviously we get the news here. We got to start showing up and scoring some points. You know, we can't lose in front of you guys. So, yeah, I just think we just got rolling.
I keep telling our team we don't get tired, we don't get tired, we don't get tired, and that's all I kept reiterating, and they were gassed. I'm not going to lie, but I just said we just got to keep fighting and battling, and we knew we had 5 more minutes, and that was all we had, and we had to give it all we had in order to get a win today.
The Wildcats return home tomorrow to face Minnesota Duluth. That game starts at 5:30. Speaking of UMD, at Michigan Tech, third quarter action, Soraya Timms with the basket plus the foul. She had a dozen. She's missed a lot of time the past couple of years due to injuries. For Duluth, I should say for Michigan Tech, that's Janie Tormanen putting in that hoop. Now for Duluth, Grace Counts was giving the Tech defense all kinds of trouble, 7 of 10 from the floor. Negauni's Ella Mason bounced back from a tough last weekend. She hits the jumper here. She topped the Huskies with a career-high 22 points. Tech up 3. Short time later, Kendall Standfast pivots up and under 4-2. She had 13. Fourth quarter, Huskies lead down to 1, but Mason strikes again with another move. Tech stays in front 58-55. Under a minute remaining. Grace Counts buries the three-pointer coming up here, and that gives the Bulldogs a 61-58 lead. Alyssa Wypitch hit a pair of free throws. Under 5 seconds left. The ball goes to Ella Mason. She drives and gets fouled, and ouch! Suffers major pain on the play. So Caitlin Maxwell enters the game, makes 1 of 2 free throws to send the game into overtime, tied at 61. Extra session dominated by the Huskies. Alyssa Wypitch for 3. Swish. She had 20, Tech up 5. Caitlin Maxwell will convert the short jumper in the lane, and Tech outscores UMD 18-8 in the extra 5 minutes to post a 79-69 win. Coach Sam Clayton was impressed with her players down the stretch.
Free throw. Getting to the foul line, not being able to shoot them. Caitlin coming in and hitting that free throw cold. I mean, oh my goodness, that's impressive. And then Alyssa hitting big shots, getting big rebounds, just so many things.
We always say like the first 3 minutes, like those are crucial. So especially in overtime when it is only 5 minutes, like if you can come out strong those first 3 minutes, like that's it. So I just knew like we had to bring all the energy and the urgency, and if we did that, then there's no stopping us at that point.
Michigan Tech has a record of 3-0. The Huskies host St. Cloud State tomorrow at 5:30. The NMU men's soccer team already has made history by qualifying for the NCAA Division II tournament. That's the 10th seed facing number 7 Cedarville of Ohio. Wildcats are in the yellow jersey, Cedarville in white. Second half, tied at 0. The Wildcats did have a goal disallowed in the first half, and here is Luca Rosen sending this one just a little bit too high. Approaching 7 minutes remaining in regulation, Yellow Jackets pass the ball into the penalty area. Eddie Merck will get a great chance coming up right here, but NMU defender James Carr finds a way to keep the ball out of the net. Keeper Asaf Cristal was quite pleased. Then a little more than 4 minutes left. Cedarville is buzzing again. Michael Cantanzariti has control over to Christian Nardelli. Oh! That's a beautiful header. Even if you're the opposition, that's a beautiful header. Cedarville took the lead at 1-0. They survived the final 3:59 to hang on to win by that score. NMU finishes its best season under head coach Alex Vodovich at 9-5-6. Cedarville meets second-seeded Rogers State in the next round on Saturday. The top 4 teams in the state converged in Battle Creek this afternoon for the Division IV volleyball semifinals. In the first match, number 4 Forest Park battled number 2 Fowler at Kellogg Arena in Battle Creek. Forest Park is in the black jerseys in the far court. Fowler in the near court wearing blue and white. Set point, first set, Fowler's Josie Simon with the ace, and that would give Fowler a 26-24 win. Second set, Neela O'Rourke setting up Paige Thalen for one of her 32 kills. Fowler won that set 30-28. But Forest Park not down by any means as Ava Fisher puts this one away. She had 28 kills. Forest Park on the board, 25-20. Two-set point in the fourth. This time it's Tessa Bartazek who gets it just over the net. Forest Park wins this one 25-19. It's all take all in number 5. The faithful trying to get their team back in it, and O'Rourke will set it up for Elizabeth Worth. The dig was too far out of bounds. Fowler won the match 3-2 and will face Mendon in the state title game on Saturday morning. Mendon took 3 straight sets from Ubley, the Trojans, and an outstanding season with a record of 42-2. High school hockey tonight. Kingsford, a road victory at Negaunee by the count of 5-2. Turning to the Red Wings and the New York Islanders, and this may have been the Red Wings highlight tonight. That's not good news. Yes, I agree with you. Callum Ritchie scores on a snapshot, and all of a sudden the Islanders have a 1-0 lead. In the second period now, Matthew Barzal will get one home, and that gave the Islanders a 3-0 lead. Islanders go on to win this one by the count of 5-0, and we will be right back.
Lows tonight into the lower 30s across much of the Upper Peninsula. Still some upper 30s when you work up across the northern half of the UP, but that's going to be the outlier. Then tomorrow, not a lot of temp movement here. A west-northwest wind flow. That's going to keep us on the chillier side of things. So mid to upper 30s. We'll put the high at 40. So we'll try to be optimistic, right? Lower 40s. How's that? So you see here that rain chances will remain pretty minimal here through the weekend. Just that little uptick in rain as we head towards Friday evening and going into Saturday morning. That's that weak little system moving to the north. But there are some big changes ahead. It's really not so much this weekend or early next week. It's what comes Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and the holiday weekend. That's where we're going to see a big shift in the weather pattern, some cooler air that could support some snow. It is something we're watching, so make sure you stay with us through the end of this week and into next week as we continue to track.
Dakota, thank you again. And finally tonight, with the holidays approaching, you can experience the magic of the season in downtown Marquette as the historic Lower Harbor Ore Dock comes alive with its annual holiday laser light show. This free family-friendly show features festive holiday scenes and winter-themed visuals to colorful abstract displays inspired by Marquette itself. In its 4th year, the laser light show is the creation of the Fresh Coast Light Lab.
We will create different displays and designs throughout the year for different holidays, different times of the year. This is now starting our winter holiday series, so it'll be a lot of Thanksgiving, fall, and Christmas and other winter-themed holiday designs.
The show lights up the Ore Dock every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 6 till 9 p.m., running now until December 27th. That's it for now, everyone. We'll catch you back here again tomorrow.